Hello there, hello, welcome on in to episode 49 of the Digital Quill podcast with your host Mars Wilson. It's so good to see you guys today. Thank you for tuning into 49 episodes of this podcast with me. Like, wow, dedicated folk you are. Much appreciated, honestly, seriously. Thank you for getting to 49 episodes with me. I know it probably hasn't been easy. It's probably been one heck of an emotional and spiritual roller coaster one way or another. Now, I've been kind of trying to cover various topics this week-ish, over the last week or so, where I've been trying to keep to one or two topics per episode. And I feel like I've done a decent-ish kind of job with that, I think. You might have to tell me in the comments below. But let's see. So I think the first episode I had Dreamlight Valley or Disney Dreamlight Valley content, or at least I was talking about eventually doing that. The first one I also was talking about My Little Pony, just a lot of stuff. I think which episode was gaming? Did I talk about gaming? That might have been the second one. I didn't really bring up too many games that I played, I think. Did I bring up gaming? I might not have brought up gaming. That might be today's episode. Gaming history. A history of Mars plays things. What does Mars plays? Well, let's find out. What does Mars plays? What does Mars play? Well, it all started a long time ago in a land of yore. I think the first time I ever held my first controller in my hands, I was at the ripe age of 3, maybe 2, probably 2. We did have a personal computer where there were pictures of me fast asleep at. Binky and diaper and all. It was probably 4. I think my very first memory and the very first game I ever played, and I have a lot of people who could quote me on this one, was GoldenEye 007. Nintendo 64, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting game for a child to be playing. But I don't think any of us really ever cared about that, per se. Let's see. Some of my very first games on the computer were Shoot the Roach, Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, Putt Putt, this strange baseball game that I really liked. The Shoot the Roach game, of course, that I mentioned. That was such a good game. Bookworm, Super Granny, where it was a platforming and you captured a bunch of cats and it was like a puzzle and it was fun. Pop Tropica, at some point in school I got on that. Webkins, at some point I got on that. Missed the Neopets era. Kind of a shame, honestly. Tried WoW at one point, a few different points. Tried RuneScape a few different points. Never stuck. Still hasn't stuck. I've tried. I tried the Elder Scrolls online thing. That didn't stick. I keep trying MMOs and I keep failing, which brings me to the point of I've always wanted to do multiplayer games. Oh wait. Gaia Online, My Lollipop Love Story or something like that. My Love Story. Some anime type thing. There was another one. Life by You. IMVU. And there was another one, but I can't remember. Anyway, I've always wanted to do multiplayer games, and I haven't really had siblings or a lot of people to do multiplayer games with. Most of my multiplayer gaming was done when I would go visit my cousins in New Mexico, and that wasn't always like the easiest or best thing to accomplish. Sometimes it was. I like the moments that I can remember where we would just pass the controller back and forth on certain games that weren't one or multiplayer. There were some games where it was multiplayer and we would play. Not a lot though. It was mostly controller passing back and forth. And that's like like my history of like trying to do multiplayer games and not being able to either A, accomplish it because no one wants to play the game or the same game at the same time, or B, I get scared, or C, there's a lot of things to it. I'm weird with it now. I'm weird with it. I'm sorry about that. Right now, I'm currently playing Disney Dreamlight Valley again, and also I am playing Animal Crossing New Horizons again, because that is a game I had to restart for various reasons. Namely, my island didn't transfer over to my OLED, and I didn't realize that it wasn't a cloud save thing, and also I didn't realize that I had to switch my island over from my Switch to my new Switch. Goodbye, island. Hello, new one. And same thing with the prior episode to this one when talking about shows and movies. I think that was episode 47. If I had a human for help, I would have the video thing here. Lexian? It's Alexian, isn't it? Markiplier reference. If you hear a game mentioned, or something in the realm of that game mentioned that you used to play, let me know in the comments below. Or like the post status thing if you hear a game mentioned that you've wanted to play or have played. I know this is engagement bait, I'm sorry, but please do it for me. Or yourselves, I don't know. I will be paying attention, especially at the early stages of like all of this, to just engage. I'll remember, and there'll likely be gifts for you at the end of all of this when I actually have completed goals and milestones aplenty. I actually do mean that, because like as someone who didn't have like a very supportive family or like friend group or anything growing up and had to be largely my own support system and cheerleader throughout everything, charging through life and its obstacles completely by my own whim, even on days when it was absolutely impossible. It still sometimes is. I will remember the people that were there for me in the beginning. Or I'm going to do my best to do so. My memory is not perfect. But I would like to remember the people who did things for me, and the easiest way to do that will be the likes and comments. The numerous likes and comments and stuff like that. The numerous interactions, switching from short-term to long-term. People who gave me food or shelter or time or experience or engagement on the social media digital lands. Like, thank you, and I will remember that. And when I'm able to accomplish the things I need to and want to help people, you are definitely on the list of people of pay it back. I'm always trying to document and find people's problems, not because I feed on the fact that people have problems, but because I want to find solutions. So I will listen intently for problems or things I can have solutions or helpful things to, which might be a form of toxic, I don't know. Gaming history. Let's see. Some Wii games that are honorable mentions. Actually, hold on. Pausing this. We have returned. Speaking of honorable mentions, I have some relics with me. Show and tell, class. Show and tell. Everybody gather from show and tell. The Dog Island. This needs to be remade, by the way, and put on the Switch OLED, just for anybody listening out there who may or may not listen. Timeless game. I will play the song one day. They did us dirty with the remake. Endless Ocean Blue World. The second installment of Endless Ocean games. They did us dirty with the remake. Endless Ocean Luminos. It's now 10 minutes. I think I can say it. Go get bent, you stupid motherfucker. Where it started. Where it's going. And this one, the final and last honorable mention, Super Paper Mario. For the Wii. There's a story behind this one. You ready for it? I learned what formatting is because of this game. You remember how the Wii could handle an SD card and you could transfer photos and other stuff and the like onto that? Well, imagine your game files are saved to that and you're about to go to your cousin's and you think, let me see if I can put my save file onto this SD card that I had for a camera and format the item onto the SD card to take the SD card with me to New Mexico. I didn't know if format meant delete until then. I mean, I probably would have put the 2 and 2 together, but like format, I was thinking of like fitting something into something, not deleting something from existence. Never to be seen again. You want to know what makes this tale more tragic? This personal story tale of that one time I got really close to the end of Super Paper Mario for the Wii, and I learned what formatting was, and I was one level away from beating the boss. Actually, excuse me, I was on the boss level. Yep, that's right. You heard me correctly. I was on the boss level of Super Paper Mario, something that, by the way, took me probably a week to do. And I learned what formatting was. Please cry for Small Mars, because that was a horrible day. That was a horrible day. But not when I had my first and probably last major world-ending gamer rage, and I'll save that story for another day. On a different episode of Gaming History with Mars. Alright, rapid fire games that I've played in the last 5 to 10 years. Again, comment or like if you've heard any one of these. Again, this is a rapid fire of names that I might talk a little bit about here and there. This is just to get the steam engine rolling off into the sunset. Off into the sunset. I just beamed it into the sunset, by the way, which is in a few hours from now. Like beamed a train. Like imagine beaming a train. I really wish I could project onto a projector what's in here onto a projector. That'd be fun. For me. To see it out here and not in here. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway. Where was I? Okay, rapid fire games. Let's see. Endless Ocean Luminos. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Disney Dreamlight Valley, No Man's Sky, Skyrim, Need for Speed, something on the Need for Speed Payback. Let's see, Hyrule Warriors Dynasty, or Warriors Edition, the one for the Switch. Pokemon, Pearl, Black, White, Platinum, Diamond, Moon, Sword, and I think that's about it, almost, maybe. Scarlet, Violet, Arceus. Rapid fire other games, let's see, Ark Survival Evolved, Moonstone Island, Roots of Pacha, Calico, Just Dance 2025 edition, Stardew Valley, Terraria, Minecraft, What other games rapid fire? Ring Fit. Paper Mario Origami King, I think. The one for the Switch. Mario Party All-Stars. Mario Kart 8. Mario Party Superstars. Mario Party, or Mario, the Sunshine one that they did the remake for the Switch. Ocarina of Time for the 64, I think. And also, of course, the 3DS when it played probably closer to, not 5 or 10 years ago. I want to replay Twilight Princess Okami I've played recently in the last 5 years for sure. We were getting a second Okami. I can't wait until we learn more about that. Let's see. I've played a little bit of Fall Guys recently-ish within the last 5 years. That was fun. I feel like I'm forgetting some games, and I'm definitely forgetting some games. Oh, since I can talk about it now. Cozy Cove or Cozy Grove? Cozy Cove? Something like that. I'll have to remember the name later. I'm exhausted right now because it's been a long day. I will get back to you on some of the gaming history, of course, at a later time. But in the meantime, as I've stated when I was talking about Disney Dreamlight Valley, I'm going to start doing videos and stuff, and maybe some streaming of me playing DDLV, and maybe even AC. I'll leave No Man's Sky out for now, because I don't even know what I'm doing with that yet. It might be fun, though, to play online with friends, or the friend, and stream that game. Actually, that's a great idea. Need to configure streaming now. I don't have a PS5 yet. If I do, I want a Slim, but there's still issues with even those still. I will not get a Switch 2. Going to wait until the Switch 2 is as good as the OLED. So I'm sticking with Switch. I want to be a PC gamer. I'd like to be a PC gamer where I can play Ark Survival Evolved, No Man's Sky, DDLV, and emulate any games on either a PC or a laptop, which I could bring with me places, preferably a laptop. And I do not have the funding or the time to really figure out how any of that works, so unless someone wants to give me a PC apparatus, I am a console gamer until the foreseeable future. Sorry about it. To both myself, mostly. PC would be so fun. And so usable. But also to my fellow PC enthusiasts and elitists who, I know you guys are right, PC is better because you can pretty much do anything almost for free, kinda sorta. A lot of you are pretty judgmental over console gamers, and I get it. As a console gamer and former GameStop manager, I get it. I get it. We can also work on the multiplayer thing. I kind of want to. It's just a work in progress, as a lot of the things in my life are a work in progress. So, with that being said, did I mention any games you liked today or played or wanted to play? Are you currently playing any of these games? Comment below with your answers or engage with this video in any way. Just because you heard a game you like or want to play or something. I hope I was able to inspire you on some level today, or teach and motivate, entertain. Thank you for letting me give you my time and sharing your time in return with me. As always, humans of Earth, I hope you keep going. Don't stop. Thank you for tuning in to episode 49 of the Digital Quill podcast. I will see you next time. So stay tuned, keep going, don't stop, drink water, breathe, and remember, you are human, you matter. Thank you for existing. And join the Discord if you're a gamer. We have gifts. And by gifts, we have ourselves. I'll see you guys next time. Take care for now. Goodbye. Keep going. Later. Bye. Awoo.